Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video for the 22nd episode of Season 1 of Stargate SG1 called Within the Serpent's Grasp. Last time we saw a senator visit the base. He was part of the Appropriations Committee that overlooked spending for the US government, and he was not happy with the cost of the Stargate. He said he had arrived with an open mind, but he obviously had already decided that the base should be shut down and the gate buried. He used previous mission reports to clarify why the gate should be shut down, whilst the team refuted his sometimes justified opinion. As a last resort, Daniel told him about his knowledge that a Goa'uld attack was coming from space, even though the others didn't fully believe him. It didn't work, and the gate was shut down immediately. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1. Shredding the evidence.
Got a minute, sir?
Come on in, Jack. Have a seat.
So how much time has passed?
Even though we are the only line of defense protecting this planet.
I know that.
I know you know that, sir.
And I know that you know that he knows it.
I went back to Senator Kinsey twice. The second time he had me forcibly removed from his office. Hell, I finally called the president himself.
He's got a direct line to the president. Surprised he didn't go direct.
To override the Senate committee on this one would be political suicide.
Right.
The Stargate will be buried, literally and figuratively.
Okay, so if all those things have happened, it's been at least days, if not weeks, since the last episode?
We're going to bury the gate day after tomorrow.
Where?
We should enter the coordinates and attempt to open the gate.
I thought that's what they were going to do.
Sir, we would be court-martialed the second we got back.
If.
Yeah.
If the coordinates are for a Goa'uld world which is not on the Abydos cartouche, the Goa'uld will most likely not expect us.
Have the element of surprise.
If we don't do something now and they do attack later, I'd feel like an idiot.
Trying to think what I would do in Jack's position. Daniel's come with this information. I think I would believe him. We know that he disappeared on that other planet. They were looking for him and they couldn't find him, and then suddenly he reappeared. They must have seen the mirror device. They might not have done anything with it, but he was by the side of it. I'm sure, although we didn't see it happen, when he was saying bad things are happening, he must have told them very quickly there and then what was going to happen and sort of pointed to the device. So, and they worked with Daniel. I think I would believe him. Jack has seen one of their ships, not close up, but he knows that there are large ships which can travel in space between planets. It just makes sense. In his position, I think I would do what I think they're about to do, which is go against orders, and I don't think I'd go directly to that planet. I think I'd go somewhere else first and then to that planet. I think that would be safer for Earth, because doesn't it show up where you're dialing from when you go somewhere? Doesn't that appear? Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, I think even just from a tracking point of view, even though Earth's going to know where they've gone, I'd go somewhere else first, prepare a bit more perhaps, and then go to that planet. Although if it's heavily guarded at the gate, they're stuffed.
We go.
I too will go.
Now how are they going to do it? Huh, no pressure.
It's not an order, Captain.
I understand that, Colonel. Thank you.
Even so,
I'm going.
it might not be an order when all three of them stand there saying we're going. That's not pressure.
Stargate activation.
Carter,
In black.
close the blast doors and corridors. Alpha and Charlie, disable.
Should have done that first. Even with the gate, they had the gate room empty. They had a cloth on it. people, even though they're not dialing out, people can still dial in. They would have had the same amount of personnel there for the time being until the gate's buried for security reasons. They had all the cloths on all the equipment. If someone dials in, they need to be there immediately to be able to activate the iris. So that was a bit ridiculous. Even with no funding, even with the funding cut off, they can't just stop. That's a huge security risk.
Move up, corridor seat.
He knows. Oh, actually, you might not know, because they don't know whether someone's dialing in.
The signs of life.
No, that's good. He's going to be a bit torn. He knows why they've done it. I bet a bit of him is relieved as well and glad that they've done it, because he knows what the implications are. If they're right, they have a chance to hopefully save things. But yeah, they can't just shut down the gate like that when there's still a risk of people coming in. Although, okay, the gate was covered up. Maybe the iris shield was closed by default. That, or can they? I can't remember if they can just close the. Does the gate have to be? Does the shield have to be open when the gate connects? So because you get that blast, don't you, when the gate's connected, and then they close it, or can they keep it closed and that blast doesn't come because the shield's so close to the event horizon? I can't remember. All the times I can think of, the gate's always connected, and then they've said close the iris. I think. Not completely sure, but it's possible. Maybe they had the shield closed. Even so, you'd still have guards in there. Well, there's a dial home device, so at least they can leave, assuming it all works. Oh, that's a bit of a spoiler. So we're going to see Skara. So at least they know they can get out. So Daniel's sending back the drone they have. Makes sense. Covers up them being there.
This is a Goa'uld Zatnyukatel.
Let's call it a Zat gun, huh?
That seems a bit done on purpose. They call it Zatnyukatel so they could shorten that. That's cool.
The Goa'uld take great pleasure in discharging the weapon only once on a subject, disabling but not killing him. A second shot will kill most subjects.
So it's a stun gun. 1 shot stuns, 2 shots kill. Makes sense. Have that as a weapon. Also, I assume it would depend on the size of the person you're shooting at.
It's like some kind of weird planetary shift.
We should dial home immediately.
That's not good.
Do it again.
It's so much faster to do it on a normal Stargate to dial than it is on Earth. I mean, there's not many places to hide in there. They're going to be found, surely. What's that? What is that round object in the Stargate? My first thought was bomb, but I don't understand why they would put it in the Stargate like that, just hovering.
It is a Goa'uld long-range visual communication device.
Oh.
Somewhat like your television, only much further advanced.
Again, why put it in the Stargate like that?
You want SG2 to go get them, bring them back, sir?
No.
You'd only be bringing them back for courts martial. I'll take that under advisement, Major.
He's in an awkward position now because he's not authorised to send. He can't send another team after them. Really, he can't. He's not authorised to use the Stargate. So that's one of the Goa'uld. I'm trying to get it pronounced right. Sarcophaguses. Try to say that right as well.
Oh, great. More snake heads.
So I now know that Skara's in this episode. Is he in there?
We're not on a planet, are we?
That is correct.
And that jolt was...
Hyperlaunch.
So that's their light, well, faster than light speed equivalent. So Stargate was on a ship.
Primary mission is to bring back SG1 for court-martial.
Oh, he is
Major,
going.
Bring them back alive and well.
Doesn't connecting to a Stargate depend on its location? That was the whole point. That they had a list of addresses, but none of them worked because they had to take into account stellar drift to be able to then connect. So if a ship has a Stargate, in theory, nobody can ever connect to it unless you have the address to where it is at a specific time that's been agreed. So it's lucky that Daniel's worked and the ship hadn't moved. That seems a bit, well, I was going to say a bit pointless, but I suppose it's quite good in some ways for an attack. If the ship has its own Stargate, you can connect to anywhere. I think it doesn't matter where you are with regards to the dialing out Stargate, and it means no one can connect to you. I think that looks like a big ship.
Why didn't you tell us we were on a ship?
I was not sure.
So has he only seen him? Oh, well that's 2 shots, killed him. And 3 shots disintegrates.
1 shot hurts him, 2 shots kill him. The 3rd shot...
Disintegrates him.
Makes a lot of sense for the show.
This is a force field of some sort.
There is no transparent material capable of withstanding this velocity.
Yeah, a bit worrying though, where the power goes.
Then it launched or left orbit, which would explain why we can't gate home.
The point of origin isn't valid anymore.
Right.
So the point of origin is important to dialing out as well. I wasn't sure if it was the gate itself that was the point of origin, but it's not. It's wherever you are, the actual location. So yeah, as soon as you move, then that makes that Stargate useless. Surely. Don't know. Need to think about how that all works.
You know how to fly one of these things?
I am qualified only to pilot the Goa'uld death gliders.
Surely there'd be similarities, though. I suppose there's a big difference between one of those death glider like fighters and a big ship like that. I suppose the equivalent of asking someone who flies like a small Cessna plane to fly a jumbo jet, a brand new, technologically advanced jumbo jet.
What's happening?
That's a lot of death gliders.
We're on an attack ship headed to Earth.
That's cool. They got the wings down.
Well, we've got some problems.
I assume when they're launched, they open like X-wings.
Goa'uld vessel could travel at 10 times the speed of light.
Okay, so if we are
10
heading to
times.
Earth, then we have a long time.
Yeah, 10 times the speed of light's nothing in interstellar travel.
Even if we were traveling at 10 times the speed of light, it would take at least a year to get to Earth. Probably more.
Yeah, more. Bear in mind, I know I'm asking lots of questions, asking lots of rhetorical questions about the technology and how the gates all work. Please bear in mind spoilers in the comments below. So that's a communications device. Someone drawing power from the Stargate.
Soon we will wipe out the scourge that plagues us. I will rejoin you as we come out of the shadows. You are to follow all orders of my son, as if they were my own.
Skara. Really wish they hadn't put the actor at the beginning. That was a bit of a big spoiler.
The mighty warrior, Corel.
Would they really have needed to say, take orders from my son? I mean, he's a Goa'uld. They would, by default, surely take orders from him. So that communications device, I assume, to get an image like that from great distance take a lot of power. So it looks like it's put in the middle of the Stargate, and it looks like it was maybe drawing power from the Stargate. Oh, I was wondering if there was any kind of, was it using it in some way to trying to think how to put this. Obviously the gate connects two places. Was it somehow? It's not connected. I was trying to think of, is it transmitting? Is it either draining power, or is it using the gate to send the signal? I don't know, through another gate, but it's not connected, so that doesn't make sense. Not sure, but at the very least, it's drawing power from the Stargate. I would assume. Lot to think about this one. It's typical. He's the one who's organising or leading the attack on Earth.
Carter, you and Daniel start planting C4 all over this ship. We're gonna try and grab Scar. It's also the best strategic decision.
Is it? The priority should be to take out the ship, but doing that might stop this attack. Might they send another ship? So it might only delay things. So maybe they do need to look at capturing Skara. Might be the best strategic option for the future, because they could perhaps use his knowledge to help them. So there is that. I like the sound that gun makes. In fact, all the weapons are really cool. They've all got distinctive looks and sounds. I like it.
You dare to do this to Chlorel?
Yeah.
There's a raised hieroglyphic on the wall next to the door. It resembles a coiled serpent. Push, then burn it.
Does it lock? How would you find it? There's so many. Oh, it just closes it. And they disabled it with that. One shot. Really like those guns.
Hey, Scar. Long time no see.
If I'm honest, I've pretty much forgotten about him. And Daniel's wife.
Fuel is usually combustible, so...
So if we blow up one...
They might all go. That's a good plan. One block of C4 might take out... might be amplified by taking out more of the ships. You want to be on the other side of the ship, though. Well, ideally off the ship. When you set it off.
Ah, Teal'c, the traitor. Take great pleasure in delivering his head to my father.
Oh, I love his voice as well. It's slightly off. Gives it that odd sound. I like it. So you know that the Goa'uld's speaking. Ah.
Let him out. Let him talk to me, or you get the whole load.
You will only hurt your friend.
Oh, it takes you out, though.
He really does not wish to speak with you.
I suspect the opposite. So it knocked out the Goa'uld.
Can you forgive me?
It's not you doing it.
If you kill the human, I will kill Chlorel.
And the host in which he resides.
As soon as they let him go, though, they'd surely kill him immediately. Even at the best of times, they kill him immediately, but especially for hurting their god.
My father will be pleased.
Part of me thinks maybe... so the Teal'c they're giving up as a prize to his father. Okay, I can see maybe in their culture that could work. That'll buy him favour. Jack... don't know. Part of me thinks they would just kill him. I mean, they're going to attack Earth anyway and wipe it out. It's not like they can... I suppose they could interrogate him for information first. Maybe. I still think they shot him, though. So it's going to tell Ra that... Apophis that he's there. They should get Zoom.
The great gift. The traitor, Teal'c. And the human that recruited him.
Okay, so they're both a prize.
Hey, Pops.
I assure you, Father, there could be no more.
Oh, you don't know that?
I look forward to seeing you at our destination.
Forward to seeing you at our destination. I'm assuming they're heading to Earth, and that implies that he's going there as well. Well, that's one of the priests who are involved with putting the gold inside the Jafar. Is he going to take it out?
Don't let him do this.
Nane,
Oh.
take them to the Peltok.
So is that Skara? That doesn't make sense. I mean, that kind of implies that Skara influenced the Goa'uld.
Daniel, we're gonna go after them.
But it also contradicts what Apophis said.
But if we get captured or killed, there's gonna be nobody left to blow this ship before it gets to Earth.
So I'm setting a timer. If we don't deactivate it in 24 hours, it'll go automatically.
Okay. As long as it's hidden well. However they've activated the timer, whatever, if it's a device or something, they need to keep that somewhere safe.
You wish to go home to your planet?
Of course.
O'Neill, prepare yourself for extreme deceleration.
Thanks, Teal.
Little bit more warning next time.
Oh my god.
So they travel more than 10 times the speed of light.
And your kind will disturb the gold no more.
Oh, and the time is set for 24 hours, which is now way too long.
They picked up 2 large blips passing Saturn.
Any identification yet?
Not yet, sir.
2 large ships, I mean...
Guess Dr. Jackson is lucky.
Why?
Well, he won't have to be around to watch his nightmare come true for a second time.
Actually, he's got a bird's eye view.
This is Major General Hammond. Let me speak to the President.
I told you so. They like hiding in that little alcove, don't they? That's the 3rd time they've done that. That's a pretty poorly designed ship with just hiding areas everywhere. Talk about security risks. And again, why are they wandering around like that? It makes no sense, really. You might have maybe 2 on a standard patrol, but not a whole group like that. Oh, unless they're actually going somewhere. Are they like an attack force? Alright. They were going to the fighters. And they're wondering why they go into the fighters? Oh, that got him in a nasty place. Oh. Oh, is he going to have to shoot him? Well, you can shoot him. Aim for the arm.
O'Neill, you must take action.
Why don't you shoot him with the Zat gun? Well, you could have tried one shot first in the arm to see if that just, put him off from doing that. And then if it didn't work, then go for a lethal kill. Why didn't Teal'c shoot him? Alright. They shot him once with the Zat gun earlier. How much time has to pass between shots before the second shot's lethal? Maybe that's why Teal'c didn't shoot, because he knew if he shot him again, it would actually kill. It would definitely kill him. But Jack could have gone for a non-lethal shot first, because it might have, like I said, jerked him away, stopped him from doing that. He didn't need to do a lethal shot immediately.
Scar. I'm sorry.
It kind of should be. Didn't have to go that way straight away. If the first shot didn't work, then you could gone for the kill. Almost to Earth. So I'm assuming the
You
Stargate...
said we couldn't be there for at least a year.
Okay, where's this going to go now?
Yes, the ship can go way faster than 10 times the speed of light.
Yeah.
Colonel, we saw the Death Gliders. They're prepping for launch, sir.
So, yeah, I'm assuming the Stargate... They can't escape via the Stargate because they're so close to Earth it would be like the episode with the two Stargates on Earth. It would basically get. I was gonna say if they're getting engaged to a tone if they dialed Earth, but could they actually dial somewhere else? Which was one of the flaws that was discussed in the comments for that episode. If Samantha had just dialed somewhere else, they would have got away. They could have connected. So if they dial somewhere else using the if there's dial somewhere else, they should be able to get away, and then they go back to Earth. Yeah. Oh, two ships. So, God, I didn't realize we were at the end. I was expecting it to have a conclusion. I didn't realize. Obviously, it was going to end on a cliffhanger, but I just didn't think about it. I was just writing some stuff down to talk about at the end, and we're there. So, two ships. I'm assuming Apophis is on the other ship. They have obviously only planted bombs on the one ship. So even taking out the one ship, there's still the other one, which I would assume is going to be still enough to annihilate Earth. Unless they can take over the ship they're on and attack the other ship. That would probably be the only real way out of it, but by using the same technology ship on ship, plus they've got the element of surprise, and then blow up the ship they're on. Don't know. See where that's going to go. Yes, the thing I wrote down, I have written stuff down for ages in any show, but yeah, the speed of the ship. So they said that this was or Teal'c said this was like a new kind of ship. But it's two of them at least, which can obviously travel significantly faster than their previous ships. So has there been like a push in technology because of Earth, because of what SG1 have been doing basically? Has the very fact that they have been out there causing problems for the Goa'uld, has that forced them to improve technology and improve their ships to combat them? Don't know, it's done it in a year, pretty much. Don't know. I think it probably is the case, because they tried going through the Stargate and they failed because the Iris shields, they can't go that way, so they've had to find another way to get there. So they've made better ships. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, there's lots of cool things we learned from this one. So those guns, one shot stuns, two shots kills, three shots disintegrates. I like the simplicity of that, and it kind of makes logical sense. It's a convenience for the show, but yeah, I can work with that in my head. That works. It's just that if you shoot someone once and they're knocked out, can you never shoot them again, else they'll be killed? Seems unlikely. Or does it have to be like a amount of time between shots before they're killed? So can you shoot them once one day and then shoot them once the next day and they're just stunned each time? That wasn't explained, so I don't know how that works. I'm assuming that's why Teal'c didn't fire at Skara, because not enough time had passed. Although if Jack was going to shoot him anyway, why didn't Teal'c just fire? None of that made sense. I still don't know why Jack didn't just fire one shot at a non-lethal place on the body to start with, quickly. I mean, he waited for ages. He was pleading with Skara to stop. fire one shot quick. So either the arm, he was close enough to be able to hit that with accuracy, I should think, as a soldier. I would have thought that would have probably jerked him off from doing that, and they could have perhaps then tackled him. If it didn't work, then go for the kill. You're back to where you were before, but at least you tried. So that was a bit weird. I can't think about it now. I need to have a think about the Stargate and how that worked on the ship. Part of me thinks it just wouldn't work. Or it only works when you're in orbit of a planet. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. What happens if they're in orbit of Earth and someone tries... I really don't know. I really need to have a think. There's now 3 Stargates around Earth or on Earth. I don't know how that all works. Again, these are kind of rhetorical. I don't think I want to know the answers to these questions. I might learn things in the future. I might think about things myself. So please don't tell me in the comments for these ones. Yeah, so definitely a good episode. Good place to end. I can't see where we're going to go from here. I think they've got to attack the other ship and then get off and blow the ship they're on. I think that's the only way it can work. Earth are going to be no use whatsoever. We haven't got enough technology to attack those 2 ships. So they're going to have to do it, and the only way to do it is ship on ship, I think. Which would be quite cool if that's the case. That'd be interesting to see the fighting. The ships are quite cool. I like the pyramid sort of design to them. They're obviously designed, I assume, to land on a pyramid. There is that fringe theory that the pyramids were landing platforms for ships. So yeah, that's quite cool. They're not as big as I thought they would be. From the scale we saw of them in that window and the panning out, don't know, they didn't quite look as big as I thought. It could just be a special effects mishap. Maybe they are bigger than we think, but don't know. But it's still quite cool. Yeah, no, good episode. Yeah, interested to see where we go from here. So let me know what you thought about the episode in the comments below. I think all the questions I asked were mostly rhetorical, so please bear in mind spoilers. And she'll definitely see you for the next video. Be seeing you.